Welcome to a world where the laws of physics are secondary to the laws of high denier tights. Episode 1 kicks off on a rainy day, which is basically a global crisis here. We meet our main squad, Yua, the cool-headed photographer, Ren, who gets her tights wet like it's her job, and Homie, the rich girl whose solution to stepping in a puddle is to embrace it. Instead of crying, she goes full hydrospec, splashing through every puddle to school. That's some overpowered mental fortitude. Later in the classroom, the wet tights discomfort hits critical levels, and Homie almost performs a public striptease before being stopped by her friends. Just when you think the chaos is over, the final boss appears. Their teacher, Yui-sensei, whose stats and assets are clearly legendary tier. A truly high-stakes episode. Next up, we discover Ren's secret identity, a cosplayer. This isn't just a hobby, it's a full-blown operation from her bedroom. We get a damage report on two classic builds, the maid outfit and the bunny girl suit. The level of detail on the tights is the real overpowered skill here. Ren's social media game is also S tier as she racks up likes and retweets at lightning speed. But her stealth stats are low because Yua immediately finds her account. Homie, in a brilliant display of clumsiness, rips her tights on a locker, a critical failure. Ren also suffers a run in her own tights, a minor debuff. The setting shifts to the locker room, the main battlefield for this episode. We see the tactical process of changing into fresh tights. This isn't just clothing, it's psychological warfare. Ren enters a new high-level dungeon, the part-time job. The first phase is a tactical gear swap in the staff room, upgrading from her school-issue tights to her work spec ones, a crucial stat boost for the battle ahead. We see her navigating the battlefield, serving customers, and gracefully handling unexpected ambushes like fallen desserts. Her agility and durability stats are off the charts. By the end of her shift, her HP is critical and her feet are completely debuffed. So she activates her own support skill, a self-foot massage to recover stamina. Just when she's about to log off, she gets a new side quest from her party members, karaoke. She speedruns her morning routine, equipping her tactical swimsuit under her tights and uniform, a bold, multi-environment build. But plot twist, she arrives at the club room only to find it empty. It turns out she was an hour early, a critical intelligence failure. To recover stamina, she lies down on a bench, but the heat and humidity cause a massive discomfort debuff. Just as she's knocked out, her party members find her drooling. Later, in class, she demonstrates her ultimate cooling technique, the skirt fanning AoE blast, which also serves as a potent charm spell on all male students in the vicinity. The collateral damage is immense. The squad gets detention, and the battleground is a traditional tatami room for tea ceremony lessons. The enemy? Not a monster, but the ultimate endurance challenge, sitting Seiza style for an hour. Their legs are taking continuous DOT, damage over time, from the pressure. The instructor, the legendary Yui-sensei, sits perfectly still, her stats clearly maxed out in pain resistance. Ren's durability hits 0 first, her legs are sparking with the pins and needles debuff. Yua, seeing an opening, launches a sneak attack by poking Ren's foot, initiating a close-quarters grappling match. It was a critical hit of ticklishness. But the MVP of suffering is Homie. Her legs go completely numb, yet she just smiles. Her nerve stat is clearly broken. When she finally tries to stand, she goes full ragdoll physics and collapses spectacularly. A total party wipe, defeated by an ancient sitting technique. Overpowered. Alright, secure your monitors because this damage report is off the charts. We're ditching the main squad for a special solo mission focused on the final boss herself, Yui-sensei. The stage is the classroom, where a lone student is absolutely failing his test, clearly distracted by Sensei's legendary tier assets. He gets called out and is forced into a high-stakes after-class private lesson. Sensei goes full tactical, sitting on his desk, activating her concerned teacher charm spell and asking what his problem is. The tension skyrockets as she uses advanced interrogation techniques like crossing her legs and leaning in, basically launching a full-scale psychological assault. The student finally confesses his distraction is her fault, and Sensei, instead of punishing him, decides to solve his problem directly. This triggers a special event that seems too good to be true. And it is. It was all a dream. Or was it? He wakes up and Sensei is there, sitting on the desk with her tights ripped in the exact same spot as the dream. A Schrodinger's hentai situation. All right, new damage report is live. The mission, survive a boring class. Ren, suffering from extreme fatigue after her part-time grind, is on the brink of a system shutdown. But Yua, her cunning party member, decides to launch a surprise intervention. She deploys a special skill, the under-the-desk foot massage. This isn't just a support move. It's a high-risk, high-reward tactical assault. Yua's precise finger strikes on Ren's pressure points are so OP it sends shockwaves of pleasure-pain through Ren's entire system. The collateral damage is immense. Ren is sweating, squirming, and barely holding back critical moans.
Okay, brace for impact. This is the damage report for the Onesan class raid boss. We meet a new protagonist who's desperately trying to grind for his exams, but his concentration stat is at an all-time low. Suddenly, his older sister enters the dungeon, his room, and identifies his critical debuff. Her solution? Deploy the legendary tier support skill, the Tights Lap Pillow. He tries to resist, but her charm and coercion stats are maxed out, and he's easily pulled into her domain. The main event begins, the ear cleaning ceremony. This isn't just cleaning, it's a high-precision assault on his senses that sends him into a state of critical bliss. The combination of the fluffy ear pick and the warmth of her tights-clad thighs is an overpowered combo that completely shuts down his system. He is utterly, hopelessly defeated, a total tactical victory for the Onesan. Homie, having received friend Choco, feels indebted and goes on a high-stakes side quest to a claw machine dungeon to acquire a legendary prize for Yua. After a fierce battle of wits and wallet, she secures the target. Later, she presents the prize, but the raid boss, Yua, isn't satisfied with the simple item exchange. She deploys her ultimate charm skill, You Are the Present, and pins Homie against the door. The next damage report shows Homie completely immobilized, wrapped in red ribbon like a 5-star gift. But wait, a critical plot twist is revealed. It was a self-inflicted debuff. Homie, in her overpowered attempt to be the ultimate present, tied herself up. When she pathetically asks for help, Yua, with a legendary tier smirk, agrees to release her. Yua's psychological warfare game is simply on another level, total domination. This is it, the final damage report for the entire season. The mission, Operation Graduation Trip, the most critical quest yet. The squad holds a high-level strategic meeting that it immediately descends into a battle royale of destinations. Homie, with her unlimited budget work skill, wants a European server raid. Ren, the practical grinder, advocates for a domestic server quest that won't drain her entire wallet. Yua tries to find a compromise, but the sheer volume of options inflicts massive indecision damage on the whole party. After hours of intense debate and browsing, they all suffer a critical system failure from mental exhaustion, a total party wipe. They collapse on the floor, defeated by travel brochures. But wait, a critical plot twist is revealed, a time skip. We see them on their chosen quest, happy and together for one last legendary tier group photo. Mission accomplished. What an overpowered series.